Perception. And I promise you, we wouldn't be able to make this up. So Life talked about perception, like what is perception, and Hazik talked about perception of a particular people. Right? So Life gave us an overview of what perception is. And then Hazik came and talked about what is the perception of African Americans? What is the perception of Mexican? What is the perception of different cultures, right? So what is a perception? Now we have to go into what is the perception of you? When people look at you, what do people think? And I'm not talking about just, well, we can go on the physical, but your teachers, what is the perception of you as a student? What do they think about you? You're lazy.
People think that we have the potential to succeed and not like we can do anything that's possible if we just don't give up and just don't stop at all.
So does every teacher feel like every kid has the potential to succeed?
No.
Don't get it twisted.
They can't think that. They can't think
Me personally, they can think whatever they want. They can't say certain things. Example, I came into my class. I remember I was ninth grade. The entire year, my seat was in the front, and I sit there and I would not pay attention. Anytime he asked me a question, I just wouldn't answer it. I don't care if you kick me out of your class. I don't care, because I don't want to be here. One, I don't like you, and I don't like your class. Because I feel like the stuff that you're teaching me isn't going to help me in what I want to be, period. So I come in with an attitude. And he knew not to ask me questions because I would just disrupt the class. Not in terms of like I'm a yell and throw chairs, but he's gonna ask me something, and I'm gonna get smart with him, and then now he got to try to reel the class back in. Is his perception of me now? This kid's gonna be a scholar. This guy right here, whoo! Is my teacher thinking that about me? Is that the perception, the picture that I'm painting of who I am?
it's the way you act.
It's the way you act.
It's like you came in, you want to try to act like school and all that, and they feel like, oh, they're not going to succeed. You don't have the potential.
So to ask you the same question again, does every teacher think the same thing about every student?
No. It's the student's fault. The way they act.
Here's what I want you to understand. A lot of the opportunities that some of our classmates, they're going to miss out on simply based on the brand that we're building, based off a word called perception. Because you're painting a picture of who you are based on how you carry yourself, based on how you dress, based on when you sag your pants. It's perception. Listen, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but you'll wear some shorts with like some weed socks on them, and you might feel like they're fashionable, and your friend's like, yo, those are dope, but somebody who might give you an opportunity, they're going to create a what? So one kid came to work for me, and he was like, man, I want a job, man. Can I work with you? I just, I'll do an internship. You don't even got to pay me. I want to build a clothing brand. I'm like, because he's seen my clothing brand. It's all around the city. We've done really well with it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll give you a shot. The next day, I said, yo, just meet me here on Tuesday at 10 o'clock when we open up. I got you. He came by, had some shorts on, had the weed socks, and the only thing I could see were the socks. Now, I'm not saying like your choice. Smoking weed, I'm not saying you're bad for that. That's not what I'm here for. But it created a perception in my mind that a 17-year-old kid has weed socks on, leading me to believe he was either smoking before he got here, or he's going to take the money I give him and he's going to buy a bunch of weed, or he's going to be on my clock and he's going to be high, or he's going to be around a certain group of people. I might be wrong for that, but that's my own what? And I can't help it. You can't help it. You can't help what you think about somebody because it's based on what they show you. Would you agree? So what do you want people to think about you? Take a couple notes. Let's write some things down. What do you want people to think about you? I live in Atlanta, which is probably the party capital. It's like there's parties everywhere. Clubs, lounges, every single night you can go somewhere. I teach entrepreneurship. I teach work ethic. I teach positivity. I teach focus. I do not go to the club. I don't. Not necessarily because I don't want to. I'm not going to be caught at the bar with drinks, with my friends, partying it up, and then I'm going to teach everybody else, show you got to grind, you got to work. Doesn't match. You're not going to find me drunk at the club, period. Why?
Because it's not you.
It's not me. Now, I don't really drink anyway, but if I was, me and my wife, we might have a drink in our house. We go out of town, vacation, something like that. It's just us. I make certain decisions based on my personal brand because I need people to perceive me a certain way. So I'm in the club drunk, but then I got to go to a school and say, yo, can I come speak at your school? I want you to pay me $5,000. And they're like, yo, I just seen you.
That makes no sense.
Even if the principal, they get at us, nothing wrong with going to the club after work. They go, they're sitting there hanging out with their friends, and they see me drinking it up with my friends. And then Monday morning, I'm knocking on the door, and I'm like, hey, let me come speak to the kids. And they're like,
No. Get out.
but she was in the same club as me. Would she be wrong for telling me, no, you can't come?
No, but then you're like, how are you gonna talk to kids while you're here drinking and all that? And like you're over here being a good example to kids. I was like, oh, don't drink and all that, but you're over here drinking.
Perception. It's all about your personal brand. And I'm asking you to decide right now and just make a short list. What do you want people to think about you? Somebody give me one. Hard working. Successful. What else? Ambitious. Trustworthy. Real quick, trustworthy. In perception, I'm trustworthy. She's not trustworthy. He's not trustworthy. He's not trustworthy. He's not trustworthy. We're seen together all the time. What will people perceive about me if they don't know me but they only know them? Perception. I'm telling you, watch the people that you're around because it creates a perception about you, whether you did it or not.
Man is known by the company he keeps. They're not going to be like, they're going to four nice guys and 4
Yeah. Look, yeah, all them crazy. I don't know her, but she got to be different.
No, they're not going to be there. They're going to 4 fox and a nice girl.
It doesn't work that way.
Oh, let's keep it real.
I want you to take this stuff seriously. If you want people to know you as hardworking, you need to be caught, what? Working hard somewhere. You need to always keep your job. Always keep your business. Keep you grinding. You have to. If that's the picture that you want to paint. Now, this part's weird. Because on social media, okay. I only got 1 minute. I really want to get right there. But, so here's the steps. I want you to decide what you want people to think about you and act accordingly. Everything you do paint somewhat of a picture about who you are. Okay? So if you take nothing from this, I want you to understand that you are building a brand and people are going to perceive you a certain way. I want you to shape that thought. Okay? Make sense? All right? All right, give the speakers a round of applause.